call is being recorded.
All right. Thank you. Please don't hesitate to interrupt if you have any
Okay.
whatsoever.
Okay.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Your chart is legit. That's amazing. The first thing that
It is?
oh yes. Oh yes. I normally reference the alien construct article that speaks of planets on your moon and sun. This article doesn't have one for Jupiter, but it's going to be added. And I see you have Moon, Jupiter, Chiron, which means you got the juice, my friend. You have a very special soul.
Oh,
Oh yeah. So I look forward
like,
to speaking on that. The first thing I wanted to speak on actually was that you being born in '89 puts you amongst an illustrious group of souls I like to call Goat Squad. Um, I like to believe we're the greatest of all time, but specifically 89 and 90, we have Jupiter in Cancer with Chiron, and then we also have Neptune, Uranus, and Saturn in Capricorn, and then we have Pluto and
mhm.
Scorpio. These are rare, once in a lifetime alignments that never, ever happen again. And that's why to see your moon in its dignity next to Jupiter, its exaltation, oh my gosh, like that's one of the richest souls I've ever seen in a chart. That's why you just caught me off guard. I was like, oh wow, okay, that's amazing. And Chiron is here, so you're definitely a soul healer. Oh wow. Yeah. So
Thank you.
yeah, I can only imagine how that feels. I mean, on paper, it looks like it feels good, but opposite Saturn, I can imagine maybe there could be frustrations as far as like feel it because squares and oppositions like you have are outside influences. So this could either be constantly guarding the vulnerability of your feelings because in the 11th, it looks like you're healing how you are receptive to your friends in the 11th or how your individual feelings uh which I would think opposite Saturn is opposite insensitivity and Chiron is healing the vulnerability in maybe how other people's feelings are blocked versus a desire to be social in Cancer versus feeling like a homebody in a desire to be social in Libra versus feeling in Cancer individual, but then Saturn could just be really cold. I personally just want to know how this plays out for you or how you feel it.
Um, yeah, I get like really bad anxiety sometimes. Yeah, I don't want to be around people sometimes.
This is a highly psychic aspect because like opposite Neptune and Uranus, you can literally feel real time how full of crap people are or not. It like psychically attunes you to the
Yeah,
sincerity that resonates, right? Like you can
yeah,
feel,
it's tripping me out a lot lately.
oh my God, thank you so much for saying that. My friend, you are a gangster. You're supernatural. Like this, there's nothing normal about that. Like it should trip you out because this is so like when I saw that in your chart, I was like, oh my God. Because at that level of precision, ye- I kind of like it or I kind of resonate with it because my moon is opposite it. So like my moon is actually on Saturn, Neptune, and Uranus on the other end. So to be on the Cancer end, you feel everything so deeply and richly, it's almost impossible to lie to you too, because like you're feeling into the essence of someone's actions, but Chiron has you feel things so vulnerably. So it actually makes you a super soul healer. But that opposition to Saturn can probably feel like you versus the world. And I just wanted to confirm if it feels like you're constantly having to protect your emotions from unconscious or conscious insensitivity from maybe actually I don't want to really set it that everyone's out to get you, but just these dynamics because now you in Libra, you're aware how socially this plays out, right? And so you're literally balancing both polarities to manifest this power, which is an aspect of superpower. This is just I've never seen a T square like this, so I definitely want to make sure I'm explaining this right or expressing or yeah, interpreting it right.
Oh. No, and I feel paranoid all the time. Like I think I'm like crazy, dude.
Thank you. That makes a lot of sense. And it's not that you're crazy as much as the level of unseen and seen phenomena you're processing according to science doesn't exist. Like according to science, you only exist in science fiction. So it's reasonable that you would feel crazy because if we now kind of break this down, your moon is in Cancer, your rising is in Virgo, which gives you the title of the master, and then you have your sun in Libra, which is the cosmic agent. It's the artist, right? So you are the special artist, or you have the holy soul, and then the spirit of balance and justice. So that's just really, really, very, very, very powerful, especially because you have superpowers here in Libra. And to give you an idea of this, I have a Taurus rising, and my sun is in the second house in Gemini. You have a Virgo rising, and your sun is in the second house in Libra. So, in that sense, we're both bosses. We both manifest our spirits, and Taurus and Gemini is individual. Virgo and Libra is social. So you actually brand this aspect of your spirit. Whereas you paid me so that I can communicate with you one on one. Since Gemini is individual, I'm manifesting. Oh, hello.
Oh, yeah. It just effed up. Sorry, I don't know what happened.
No, you're straight. My bad. What's the last thing you heard?
That you were gonna give an example
An example of what?
of you on your thing.
Oh, okay. About the second house.
Yeah, I didn't hear that part, but yeah, let's just continue. I don't know
It's
what's going on with it.
No, you're straight because you'll get the recording too. So anything that you may have missed, you'll be able to hear in the recording.
Okay, you can just yeah, okay.
All right. So yeah, I was saying that you have this powerful second house energy because oh, I see what you mean. I think if we're talking about the moon, basically my moon's in Capricorn on the opposite end. So it's fascinating to see your moon in Cancer because you kind of feel the opposite end in the more emotional sense. And so it makes sense that if you feel paranoid, if you feel crazy, because in a sense you're too psychic. So it's not that you're crazy as much as your brain's ability to process all of this psychic phenomena is almost like you being in the middle of a galactic war where you're picking up so much at once, but you're actually in the process, which we'll look at in these eclipse and lunar return readings, of fully mastering all of this. You know, being born in 89, your North Node's in Aquarius, and then Jupiter's in your seventh house. So you're stepping into a completion over the next 2 years that's going to actually facilitate this change of career that the North Node did uh, in Gemini, and in Taurus will literally ground and unlock these pure abilities. But just to kind of illustrate, I was saying I wanted to kind of speak on how my second house is in Gemini. I'm a Taurus rising, and my second house is in Gemini. And then you're a Virgo rising, and your second house is in Libra. So
Mhm.
Taurus and Gemini is individual, and Virgo and Libra is social. And so you paid me so that I can talk to you, right? I manifested.
Yeah.
We we both manifest our spirits because we're bosses in this sense. We brand our spirits. And because your awareness with the sun is what you manifest and you have Libra, you have a superpower. So Gemini is individual and I'm talking to you one on one. We're manifesting enlightenment through this conversation. You are the next level above this because Virgo and Libra is social. So your income potential is so much more because whereas people will pay me to talk to them individually. People pay you to manifest balance and partnerships, which is more socially expressed. And I'm actually curious as to how you are aware of this because with Mars and Mercury, whereas Gemini is more conversations, Libra is more social action, where your superpower is the ability at will to just manifest powerful partnerships and apply this intelligence to bridge connections and to really come into define a lot of value through this. And yeah, how does that play out for you?
Uh, I don't know. I felt like really stuck and lost for the past couple of years. I don't really know what to say.
It Pluto has been in the last couple of years directly square your sun. So you're breaking through this extreme fear and inhibition of like fully expressing what you love, your talents, and all of that opposite your moon. All of these indicate a lot of anxiety, stress, mainly because you could be
Mhm.
feeling mainly because you're feeling your soul extremely being gaslighted, and it could feel like toward the collective. What was that?
Yeah, that's happening.
Yeah, okay, and I thank you so much for sharing that because that's teaching me how to see it because this is outrageous. Like it's at a very sinister level. And so
Yeah,
the most important thing I want to tell you is victory is yours. Like this is you and I have Saturn and Capricorn. So it's a part of our collective karma to process this. And that's why the first thing I was like, "Oh my gosh, like your moon is in Cancer." That's very vicious opposite Saturn because it's like literally feeling in a sense with those who don't have integrity, the evil intentions towards you that won't always be evil.
oh,
Right, but the coolest thing here is that you can't gaslight Libra, you can't gaslight Virgo. So Libra now, you have social power to put that in check and balance that intent and be like, "Hey, this is how I feel. You're doing what you're doing, and you're more than intelligent enough to balance that." But that's why there's this extreme hatred or negativity being towards you. You feeling paranoid isn't you being paranoid, it's you psychically picking up what's happening. And it could be so that's why
yeah,
it's very controversial too, because it's hard to find out who to connect with. And that's now everything that you've done the work, you've completed. So like over the next couple of years, you've now finished the most extreme facet of the square and you're coming into clearing it. Like Pluto right now is 28 degrees. So it is going to retrograde and you are still going to feel this intensity, but you want to know that the worst is over and you're now coming into mastering and integrating all this intensity. And it's just it's a consequence of you being super powerful and just so great. So the reason why I wanted to like set that up like that is because once again, you know what I'm saying, like you have as a master, right? And Virgo rising is sensitive right now because you have Neptune in your seventh. So, on top of everything we've been speaking of, you're attracting pathological liars and just delusional people who just believe lies that they say. And the Neptune in the seventh is you holding space for divine partnerships with that Neptunian aspect, groundwater chiming, the vibes you feel people bring. In the case where people have integrity, they won't be pathological liars. They'll be very divine beings. But we don't live in a perfect world. And so the reason why I want to say it like that is this is that element of deception that you may have been clearing. Jupiter's evolving the quality of your partnerships at this period going through your seventh. And that brings us to the eclipse reading because you have Venus that's squaring all this Pisces magic. And this is just going to challenge how you take what's within your heart and maintain that integrity of meaning towards the shady ways people may kind of express. So that to me is like a hidden camera where you see people's true motives. I just don't want to necessarily
Mhm.
where everyone's an evil uh, POS, because this is actually opening a new chapter where you're coming into powerful, amazing partnerships. It's a turning point that I think is going to be very
I,
powerful for you. What was that?
yeah, yeah, I can feel that's gonna happen, but I've been like stuck in this effing country, and I don't even.
Okay, I have chills. You said something very key. You said something very key. You say you're stuck in a country. So the North Node, and this is the purpose of this eclipse reading, right? The North Node is now transiting your ninth. So if we go back to the last 2 years, Saturn coming into your sixth into Aquarius, because you and I have the same karmic sign and North Node destiny sign. We're destined to establish and innovate the system. We're destined to like completely redefine success, but with the North Node in Aquarius, uh, definitely innovate culture and the collective sociology. We're here to be different. It's a cosmic destiny that, as a Libra sun, you also connect. I connect to with my Gemini sun. So, as a messenger, I know how to communicate these themes of the new age. But as a master artist, you know how to bring those ideas socially to people. You know how to actually manifest what it looks like and perform that to people socially is really awesome. It's truly awesome. So your destiny in the sixth house is to integrate this advanced behavior and lifestyle in service to the collective. It's like you're unlocking the spiritual path that aligns with people's hearts that they creatively want to walk by adding more. This could apply to you, which will speak to you being destined to live a very extraordinary lifestyle. Normally in the sixth house too, this focuses a lot more on just integrating this. But because it's in the sixth, this is also more your soul destiny in service as like a humanitarian to the collective. And this is everything that you're unlocking now. Saturn going through here has now been strengthening your lifestyle by adding limitations and lessons to make more autonomous, right? The work sixth house is work environment, right? So it's taking all the value you have powerfully in Libra and it's putting you in workspaces where you can like make a living with this. But Saturn is making this solidified, and closer to your North Node is this destiny of creating this network that your lifestyle is based around. So the cool thing about that is the North Node was in Gemini and it was aligning your career and legacy to destiny, to change your career goals to what you're meant to really express. Because
Dude.
it's actually super magic, because with the MC in Gemini, unlike most Virgo risings, you already have Libra. So the people who didn't have Libra, they didn't have the social power to connect and bridge that. You're already there doing that. So your legacy is to express the good word, to express the message, the truth, whether through broadcast outlets or just being in a position to change the way people think. This is individually defined success. So this is everything that got aligned the last couple of years. The controversial nature of Uranus and Saturn and Cap, which everyone in 88, 89, and 90 go through, is this very controversial nature of how people will almost play contrarian always because of their inability to accept this advanced understanding of reality. And people who will be so quick to just undermine and really convince themselves that you're crazy, you're delusional, when really you're a genius. And now that your Saturn has returned, everything that you have maintained that people called you crazy for or genius for, whether they still believe it or not, now there's evidence that you were right the whole time. And so this is literally changing everything over the next decade. now that this has established itself. The North Node now coming out of Gemini and into Taurus is manifesting these values in your ninth house as a Virgo rising, but your eighth house as a Libra sun. So because the ninth house is the house of foreign and long distance travel, it's very probable to kind of denote that this is going to help uplift you out of this country. It's almost as if you had to wait for this transit to kind of step into this new cycle. And I really do believe that maybe through a partnership, because it's Pisces or Jupiter in your seventh, or just a miraculous opportunity, you'll be able to leave the country if that's what you want to do. Let's see. It, what was that? Hello? 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 You know what? You can actually call in with your phone. That might work better.
Then
What was that? Oh, nice. Is it
oh.
Would you mind doing that instead?
I don't have like any phone time though. Will it still let me?
Oh, my bad. Okay, so yeah, I forgot. You're not, my bad, you're in Canada. So,
No, I'm in Greece. I'm in Greece. I paid with like a Canadian card, but I'm in Greece.
oh, you're in Greece. Damn, okay.
Yeah.
That's wild. Yeah, okay. That would be, yeah, complicated. So I feel you. Um, did you have any questions?
Do I have any what?
Did you have any questions so far?
No. No, I just like I wanna go home, man. I'm just like scared and I don't want to leave my cats.
Interesting. So you wanna leave Greece and get back to Canada, or just move in?
Yeah, that's what I
Nice.
want to do. That's what I want to do.
How long have you been out there?
2 years.
Okay. I feel like
But
by
there's
May,
like a lot of complications.
I feel like by May, if you're not already out of there, you'll know for sure the steps to take. Like it'll already be automatic. So by the time we step out of, I would say in 2 weeks, by the time we're in March 20th, you'll already come into an opportunity to leave, and then you'll take action Aries season. And then by May, you're probably back in Canada.
Really?
Yeah, because everything's gonna happen already starting now. Like we're coming into the full moon, and this is gonna just activate so much change for everyone. That I feel like is your Jupiter miracle. And if you're not back in Canada by May, you will at least for sure not be in the dark, and you will at least know when you'll be back. That is my promise.
Thank you. That's really great news.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And
Yeah, I feel really trapped.
us being in Pisces season is what's going to actually begin to change your life. And I see that being connected to someone you meet or a partnership. And what's cool here is the moon is in Cancer right now. So you're going through a lunar return, which is interesting that you got a lunar return reading. So definitely look forward to looking into that as well. Um, let's see, especially
What?
What was that?
Oh, I have a someone that like has almost the same chart as me in Canada.
Someone, oh, you're talking to someone who almost has the same chart as you?
Yeah, I met him at the passport office before I came here, and I was not supposed to come here, I feel, but it's like I guess I did.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
that's interesting. Wait.
Yeah.
So you met him here, or this is back in Canada?
In Canada at the passport office. Like I felt like I wasn't supposed to effing come here, and I did.
Wow.
And we talk every day. Yeah.
Okay, nice. That's good to know. That's really good to know. As a
Yeah,
Libra,
I think he's my soulmate.
and when you say you have the same chart, is he born the same year or just like the same sun and moon?
He was born October 10th, 1990, but we have like all of the. There's only one thing that's different. Like the houses are all different, but I mean, like he's a Virgo rising, a Libra sun, Cancer moon.
Oh my God, I have chills. I have chills. He's definitely your soulmate. And the reason I have chills is because
Oh.
he's born 1990, right? So basically, both of you were born with the same karmic mission and destiny path. You just have like different ways to express it, but that's very, see, oh, thank you so much for saying that. Like stuff like that is not a coincidence at all. And 90
No,
is
it
like,
was.
I'm born 1992, right? So, or 1990 as well. So, you want to see him as like maybe the next year model of a car. So, he's going to progress everything that you're already kind of coming into. And you want to think of it, if Saturn in Capricorn is a plane that our souls incarnated into, all three of us were on that plane. You deboarded first, and then a year later, he deboarded. So, it's
Yeah.
yeah, it's that to me is very key because I see that as like, if anything, that could be very twin flamey too, where like you're the masculine, feminine polarities of each other's souls. So you know,
Yeah.
that's wow. That's oh my god. And you have the
I
same.
know, and he told me the other. Huh?
He told you what?
He told me that I'm his soulmate. He's like, I don't want to be weird, but like, you're my soulmate, I think.
Oh, that's so amazing. I love the Libra too. I think like we got to be mad logical about it, but like, yeah, that's wild. That's so awesome. Yeah, and
Yeah,
you're
yeah, it's really special.
yeah, it is. You're gonna go through the same transits at the same time too, which is really dope.
Yeah.
So as Libras, right? Jupiter's going into Aries in May, and then it's also going to return 2023. So over the next 2 years, this is you establishing individually and potentially together partnerships. You're defining your partnership together and you're starting to integrate, share resources, grow more intimately with other people and also with each other. And when I mean other people, like platonic connections, uh, familial connections, just like every relationship, you're starting to complete the personal development you've both done since 2017. So congratulations, 2016, 2017. So really huge deal. So the in a nutshell, this eclipse reading from May to October is going to one, transform your philosophy and beliefs around what you can accomplish and how strong you are. It's going to unlock your abilities in Scorpio and this pure attitude around how deeply you feel about yourself. And it's going to stabilize a lot of the mental instability gained from the psychic attack. And and when I say psychic attack, it's just you picking up on the collective energy and power and how it may negatively impact you, because as a soul healer, this I feel like is having like body empathy, where you can like feel other people's physical pain, or you could just, you're a soul healer, so like your very presence heals very traumatic emotions. You can feel things so deeply. This makes you supernaturally emotionally intelligent. So you just get a knack for things, right? And this is going to really straighten out a lot of that extreme intensity that with the squares induced a lot of anxiety. It's just hard to say. I don't want to sound too logical and scientific because what this really is demonic activity. Like this is straight up like evil shit that you're processing and healing in the collective, and other people going through this too. But I just don't want to kind of like sugarcoat it because you going through this is a testament of your power, like to be able to handle it. So all power to you as you continue fighting the good fight. You're going to see this kind of concluding as you overcome this with the eclipse. May is going to be that eclipse. And from May to October, by the time we're in October, the seeds sown to transform this philosophy by October will have been completely mastered into a transformed attitude because now this new belief you're manifesting socially, you're actually practicing. And August is going to be that checkpoint that from May to August, you're growing this new belief in the way you express this individually towards other people and develop ideas in June, feel about it in July. And then you're going to release unconscious habits that no longer apply to this new grounded philosophy. And this is where I feel like coming into May, you're getting out of Greece if you're not already out of Greece so that by the time you're in September, you come back around, you're identifying relative to this new cycle that began of partnerships in May and March 2nd, like last week. And that's going to complete that cycle where you're now identifying who you are based on these relationships. And so from October to Taurus, now that you've sprouted and harvested this new philosophy, this is going to now take this transformed attitude that's being used as a resource, your skills being used as a resource to teach or to really kind of ground this philosophy, to now come back around and master this into your lifestyle from October to May of 2023. So if we get into a lot of what this is going to do is really just set into place a new lifestyle that supports a different direction in your career so that you can really advance how much more you make a living and transform the way you show people what that looks like. And this is just going to align as this transforms individually the world around you with who you're dealing with and how partnerships come in to help align this accordingly. So, what country or where in Greece are you?
I'm near Athens, Vula.
How do you spell that?
Boula.
Boula.
No, V as in vagina.
Oh, V. Okay, Vula. You said Boula.
Yeah.
Oh my God! And it was in Greece. Vula.
Yeah.
You know what? I only see France come up, so I don't know if I spelled it right.
No, V. Okay, and then O as in ovaries.
Okay, yeah.
Uterus, L as in labia, A as in asshole.
Oh, A. Yeah, Voula. I don't see anything come up for Greece. Let me type it. That was amazing, by the way. Thank you.
Thanks.
There we go. It's an Attica.
No, it's right near it. It's right near it. I guess it's still like the Attica region, but
Yeah, it says it's in East Attica, so I guess that's the one that shows up. That's what's up. So it doesn't. It doesn't want to. So basically, I'm pulling that up because I want. Wow, that's crazy. Um, yeah, my bad. I'm just trying to find a city that I can put in the chart. But yeah,
to see the thing.
let me try Athens.
Yeah, that'd do.
Beautiful. And then, oh my gosh, you're having a field day right now. So let's see if we can, uh, 11. So I'm gonna pull up your lunar return chart. It looks
Okay.
like, ironically, it looks like your lunar return is gonna be okay. 11 p.m. So the lunar return for you is actually on the 12th of March
Good
in,
morning.
in Athens. See, I don't know if it's the 12th over there, if it's still the 11th, but it looks like it's gonna be early morning over there at 7. Okay, 8. Let's see, you're 11:45. Oops. 11 degrees 45 minutes. So, okay, and then okay, so we have uh oh damn, I keep doing that. So like let's say 9:15. 9:15 a.m. in Athens is your on the 12th of March is your lunar return. So we can say maybe like 9 9:30, give or take. There we go. 9:12, 9:12. So this lunar return, I've never really done this method like this before, but what I've done basically, and I'm going to send you the chart for this as well. This is the chart of your lunar return as the moon is, of course, transiting 11 degrees Cancer, 45 minutes, well, 46 minutes. So let's actually do 9:11 a.m. And there we go. And what that's going to illustrate is now the lunar return chart officially based on Athens of your moon back in Cancer. So what we see here is a Taurus rising. um, this is going to come in tomorrow for you, and the rising is Taurus with Uranus in the North Node. That's very significant, and of course we have 21 degrees southern opposites next to Neptune and Jupiter. That is ridiculous. That is crazy. That is supernatural. So this is a lunar return lifetime right here, and I think out of every lunar return you've ever had, this is the most divine evolving lunar return ever. So first of all, I'm flabbergasted. I rarely get lunar return readings. Like I would say one out of every 50 reading I do is a lunar return. And so not only did you get, and then of course readings, I never get those too. So like this really speaks to how special your archetype is. Not only did you get like the mirror readings and the lunar return, your moon is in its in Cancer. So it just tickles me that, like, of course, your moon in Cancer, right? A lunar moon, like you really feel the moon. So I just thought that was really significant. But on top of that, this is one of the most legendary lunar returns I've ever seen because we'll never see the sun next to Neptune and Jupiter like this ever again. That the sun alone is like the star of the play, right? But then you have two other A-list actors next to the sun here. It's like a blockbuster movie with one of the most genius producers in this movie. So that's kind of the set of this, the feel of this lunar return coming into the next couple of weeks as a gift is feeling into the emotional intelligence of how divine you see or how divine you feel into these. Let me kind of make more sense of that. This is you also feeling into higher perspectives of everything you believe around what you feel. and this is going to manifest a more powerful, unique sense of emotional intelligence relative to everything you're going through, especially with Pluto 28 degrees next to MC 29 degrees. This lunar return in 2 weeks may already give you hidden insight or extreme insight about how to move out of Greece. Ninth house is a travel aspect. Jupiter and Pisces is a travel aspect. So this could, even if you're still here, at least get the ball moving, get the ball rolling. It's very extreme. So we're gonna kind
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna kind of go real quick just these certain indicators that really color the nature of the lunar return, and we'll give you a play-by-play. Lunar solar returns, right, every 6 months. They kind of complete for the lunar return in 2 weeks. It's complete, and then you're harvesting the lunar return for the week after 2 weeks. So 2 weeks from now, Moon is going to be in Capricorn, and the Sun is going to be in Aries, and this is going to really have a lot of dynamic for this lunar return feels like you may come into some new friends, and because this Pisces energy or Pisces perspective is in your seventh house, this could realistically be more feeling into where any budding partnerships belonging to your life. But 11 degrees Uranus in Taurus, we have 11 degrees Chiron in Aries, we have 11 degrees Cancer. So there is a sense of raw vulnerability you're going to be releasing and letting go or transcending. Basically, any inauthenticity is going to trigger you and set you off. Since you're already being sincere, there's no business for anyone outside of you to be kind of front. So it's something to keep in mind. It's a powerful aspect that Uranus will also stimulate and will add more genius to this clear cognizant sense of emotional intelligence. But something that's important to keep in mind too. North Node in the first house, Uranus in the first house is a radical definition of how you feel about yourself and how groundedly you express all of this too. But still, this is very, 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 very wild. Because we're following the lunar return, the nature of the moon is going to be augmented by the white noise of the sun, right? So basically, the last time you had the lunar return, the sun was in Aquarius, and the moon's relationship to Aquarius and Cancer is transformation. Last lunar return, you were transforming how comfortable you feel dealing with other people who lack integrity or have integrity, which may have led a lot of social anxiety because you had to draw a lot more boundaries. Now, this Pisces is bringing to light how much more creatively you can connect with people you trust. And I really feel like there's a huge blessing in starting this off, establishing this attitude throughout the next 2 weeks is going to have you go into synchronistically into what you can believe in. So you definitely want to really start this off with a positive attitude. And I think you're going to make a lot of magic happen within the next couple of days. You want to cement, and I'm going to share this book. So Peace, Spirit, and Feeling is the secret that I think will help you. You want to really feel into and cement what leading forward future desires you want to establish. Because once the moon now starts to go into Leo, what is going to happen is this attitude into how comfortable you are expressing this or being receptive to any social indicators. This is going to square Uranus and Saturn, and it's going to cement and strengthen how much more powerfully you're able to now integrate this belief into what's happening into how much more creatively you're moving it. There are going to be certain clashes, but this is going to break things through into the full moon at the end of Pisces and Virgo that will not only complete the cycle, Virgo's your rising, so you're going to be feeling into how to creatively feel about yourself and how to spoil this completion of the cycle that will be harvesting coming into the Aries season. Because once the moon goes into Libra, the sun is going to enter Aries as the moon exits Libra and goes into Scorpio. So this is where concerning the return chart, remember before, we're establishing this sincere attitude. And basically, over the next couple of days, as you contemplate your emotions, the gift of this lunar return is feeling more confident than ever, because Pisces will inspire you through signs and synchronicities of what's going to happen next. So it's that's established here that by the time you step a week from now into Libra, this attitude is behavior applied socially with other people. And this is where you're feeling into other people, and your sun is in Libra, so you'll be very aware of how this behavior with other people is applying this new attitude, this feeling that you're coming into that's highly inspired by this benefic Neptune Jupiter expansion. Because this is also a lot of evolution, and in part, this is you completely evolving your partnership. So by the time we step into Scorpio, you're applying this behavior and attitude directly towards other people and manifesting that in more emotionally intelligently. And because it's going to also cover the eclipse, this is going to make me feel very intense into what aspect of this attitude with other people you're unlocking, and how that looks like is how much more intensely you apply how you feel in your dealing with other people. By the time we're Sagittarius, kind of seeing an element of how the results of this applied attitude take effect. This is going to be maybe a week and a half from now, because 2 weeks from now, when the moon is Capricorn, you're going to complete the lunar return, and you're going to have manifested this attitude and now belief structure that applies practically to Capricorn how you feel now. It may be the opposite of how you feel now, because it's going to be an opposite sign, but this is going to complete that lunar return by transforming everything and having the harvest that it goes through everything to move forward. By this point, the sun is in Aries, so you're out of the fog of Pisces. You know what actions to take to get out of Pisces, and this is going to completely step you into so much more confidence moving forward, because practically now applied through the social axis this behavior, and now you're seeing physically and practically, what was right about what you felt before, what was just an attitude. You're now applying in your philosophy. And as it goes into Aquarius, you're going to connect with the right people that will tie into important connections that will be really establishing themselves. And once it's in Pisces in that fall sign before this is what's going to establish what you're seeing now and have you feel more into how to expand these beliefs and take this attitude established now and share that and influence others with that who mirror that and add to it. More of a philosophy practically, but without getting too philosophical, it's also taking whatever skills you're learning emotionally and then teaching it to people practically, showing people directly how you've grown, so that once this is new and you're transcending and releasing everything, and then you come back into the next lunar return in about a month. But this time, the next lunar return you'll have will be in Aries. So you're applying this higher philosophy into how now take action to instill it in your career. So the sun in Aries, by the time you have the next lunar return, will be how comfortable do you feel this pressure in that you're applying this change in your belief directly towards people, and this is going to break you through. I think by this point, we're back to Canada, right? This is going to break you through into a whole new direction in your career and how you feel about that, and how this is going to really bring you ahead. So please feel free to listen to that or this recording over the next 2 weeks. And give me in 2 weeks. I want you to listen to this and let me know if it's accurate with everything that we said.
Yeah.
Right, played out like that. And if there are any questions, feel free to give me feedback too, and I can answer any questions that come up.
Okay. I added you on Facebook, by the way.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, so I'll message you on there and let you know what's going on. But yeah, I definitely will listen to this. probably over and over.
Awesome. You said you added
Yeah,
me
you've
on?
helped me a lot. Yeah, I added you on Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm with like really dark people right now.
One moment.
One-
You said you're with really dark people right now?
Yeah, like incredibly.
That makes a lot of sense. It's almost as if without your influence too, they won't be held accountable into integrity. So that's also kind of like a balancing effect. You're extremely clearing, and I feel like knowing that this is going to change the game for you completely. So that's a lot
That's
to look
good.
forward to. This is a huge turning point you're going through, so that's also awesome. Well, other than that, I'm going to send you this recording. Thank you so much for calling in. Did you have any final questions at all?
No, you're perfect. Thank you for everything.
No problem, and you have a blessed weekend.
Thanks, you too, Mike.
Awesome. All right. Stay blessed. And I really do hope you're able to be
Me too. Me too. I'll let you know what's going on.
Thank you.